All right, let's go. Good afternoon. Welcome to the daily money market. It's actually market outlook, market overview of the week. We are actually trying to bring you, in terms of what the price of the market right now, all the way from Africa goes all the way to Europe. So without wasting time, right now, all properties in terms of Johannesburg Stock Exchange, it's actually sitting at 9,646 rand per share price. That's a drop of 0.09% in terms of the share price from the closing bell of yesterday in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. All share price is 82,917. It's a 0.68% drop there. Kept share weight top 40. These are top 40 companies in SA. 21,951, a drop of 0.69% in terms of the drop as well right there. We're seeing as well top 40, 75,574 rand per share price, dropping at 0.61%. A tradable property, these are a stock that is listed in Johannesburg Stock Exchange, whereby there's a companies that are property companies that deal with the properties. It's sitting at 8,641%. That's a drop of 0.06% from yesterday, the closing barrel. So from the closing barrel of yesterday, it actually dropped with a 0.06%. All the way to overseas to US markets. Right now, Dow Jones, US 30, sitting at 41,352. It actually coming from 41,533 from yesterday's New York session closing barrel. Going on the NASDAQ, NAS100 technology companies listed in a one index called Nasdaq and Nasdaq Future. It's coming from 19,589 from yesterday. It actually dropped to 19,436 at the moment. Right now, it's sitting at 19,436. That's 0.72% in terms of the drop. S&P 500, one of the most talked instruments in terms of this year 2024, in terms of breaking the records, sitting at 5,615 at present. It is coming from 5,652 from yesterday's closing bell. So yeah, man, welcome to the daily money market. My name is Che Yusuf. We're gonna go in the market and trying to check what are the biggest news that are coming this week that can drive the market. But of course, the biggest one, it's NFP this week. NFP this week. What do we think NFP is gonna go, bearish or bullish, while we still await of the interest rate cut from Federal Reserve of the United States? Right, let's go. In terms of the share price as well, Rwanda francs, it's actually sitting at Rwanda franc, sitting at 13,309.67. All the way the instrument or the biggest share stock in Rwanda. SA rand, the rand right now is sitting at 17.96 to a dollar, close getting to the 18 to a dollar there. The Congolese franc sitting at 13.50. That's 0.48% in terms of drop from United States. So these are actually numbers gauging on the United States. Canadian dollar sitting at 1.35. Actually, it's 0.35% in terms of positivity of actually Canadian dollar. Biggest story comes from one of the biggest retail industry in South Africa. One of the biggest retail industry in South Africa. South Africa Shoprite to sell a furniture business to the paper co. So Johannesburg, South Africa biggest groceries retail Shoprite, has agreed to sell its own furniture business, including the OK Furniture and House and Home brands, to a discount retail Pepco. The company said that was today. That news comes actually for today. So, all right, let's get back and see what's going on in terms of high impact volatility of the news of So now we want to get into high impact volatility of the week. So here's how the market is looking in terms of high impact volatility. These are the news that they're gonna actually pop up this week, the entire week. So coming from Monday, there's a little bit of quietness because we're seeing the bank holiday from Canada there that we are picking up, and as well as bank holiday from United States. They actually high fundamental volatility starting from Tuesday. Swiss franc CPI, that's around 8:30 p.m. That's actually around 8:30 p.m. 4 p.m. we are seeing US SMI manufacturing PMI, US SMI manufacturing PMI dropping 4 p.m. Again, it's going to push the instrument of a dollar instrument and all correlated instrument to a dollar. All right, moving on Wednesday, there's the GDP from Australian dollar, high impact movement coming from 3:30 a.m. That's a Sydney session. Early a.m. to those traders who like to trade early a.m. I mean, that's opportunity there to push Australian dollar to be able to analyze and trade it in terms of on Wednesday. 3:45 p.m. Canadian dollar, Bank of Canada, it's actually speaking. 3:45 p.m. So that's a good day in terms of people we are in Southern Hemisphere to actually trade. 4 p.m. US jobless or job openings coming from 4 p.m. Again, high impact of volatility we're expecting there from US instrument and all correlated instrument. There's a Bank of Canada press conference. So of course, the governor of Bank of Canada is going to be speaking for 30 p.m. on Wednesday as well. Canadian dollar is going to have high movement in terms of the volatility. Going on Thursday, 4 a.m. on Asian session, there's RBA governor from Australia speaking as well. We are seeing on 30-year bond auction from Japanese coming up, and we are seeing as well construction PMI from Great British Pounds that are coming. But the biggest one on Thursday, it's ADP non-farm employment change that actually give a little bit of picture how the non-farm payroll is gonna end up on Friday. The estimation already they're out, and people they can see the estimation and try to predict where the market is going on Friday. But still on Thursday, SMI PMI is coming again on Thursday from 4 p.m. from United States. While when we get to Friday, the first one 2:30 p.m. it's employment change from Canada, unemployment rate from Canada as well, and non-farm payroll from United States. Non-farm payroll from United States. So in terms of the high impact movement of the market, the news that is going to drive the high impact movement, that's the one when it comes to high impact movement. Let's see if we do have other calendar, because we always have a couple of calendars when it comes to high impact volatility. Looks like not much. Okay, looks like we are seeing again not much for this week, because the last week that was the one that has Nvidia and so on and so forth in terms of high impact volatility. So yeah, that's it. The next, I truly hope this is gonna work in terms of sometimes the recording does disappoint me, but anyway, we are actually paying attention and looking at us30, the Dow Jones. What am I thinking this week the market is going to perform? I think a little bit of drop, maybe pushes the price from today all the way to Thursday to actually for the 1170. From there it might be retest a little bit, pushes the price, maybe retest at this zone. You can see this zone has been retested, but the volatility hasn't come, the data hasn't come to this side, and then goes all the way from Friday. That's where we're going to see a U-turn, a turning of the stock price of US30, pushing the price all the way up. It might go back pretty much Friday after NFP to for the 1621, even breaking from that level, but I think it might go back to for the 1600 just to play around on those levels until the following month, where we are seeing the interest rate whether being cut or not. Coming from Nasdaq, again we said already in terms of the price where Nasdaq is actually sitting at 19,451. I think because of the PMI that are coming during the week and all other news that are coming during the week, we are expecting the volatility to come to this side. But of course, coming from Thursday to Friday, it might turn back to 19,600. But this is the target that I'm really anticipating, that during the NFP, during the non-farm payroll, the least this instrument it can be able to do is to get back to 19,800 or to 20,000 mark. That's the least that we're thinking NFP, just to give a positivity, to the investors and to the economists, as well as to the Federal Reserve Chair, to say that next month it will be definitely the cut of the interest rate. But the conversation still remains the same. How much are they going to cut the interest rate? 50 basis points, 25 basis points? We don't know at the moment. The analysts have already predicted in terms of 50, in terms of 25, but we still await in terms of the interest rate. S&P 500, right? A drop again. I think is going to push a little bit down from Wednesday, Thursday, to actually 5,500 or 5,600 flat. From there, then it can down, it can do the U-turn and trying to recover all the way to 5,647, even surpass this level and actually form the new highs. That's when it comes US30, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. When it comes to gold, pretty much crazy stuff in terms of the gold, but I think gold, it will start to depreciate a little bit based on the non-farm payroll results that will come. So I'm anticipating gold to actually push a little bit the price down to actually 2,000. Let me see clearly. To 2,470 or 2,470. I think it will be bouncing back to this level. If you look at it, gold actually, it's actually on a range. Put it on a H4, and you realize that gold is actually sitting on a clear range, and is gonna respect that range until anything else in terms of the news coming. But I think I'm anticipating a drop to 2,471 when it comes to drop until Thursday. NFP, it's another story. If it will be positive, then we will see that the gold, it will continue dropping to 2,300, maybe surpass before it get to 2,300, surpass 2,430, pushes the price all the way to 2,371. That's a couple of moves that gold can produce when it comes to US30. What are other biggest instruments when it comes to this week? All right, we've been checking Bitcoin for a couple of sometimes. It was last week I predicted that the Bitcoin will recover. It was actually in 65,000. 64,000. Started to drop. It drops to 57,000. I predicted that Bitcoin is going to recover, and I'm still thinking that it might recover all the way to 61,229. BTC, it might go back to the price of 61,229. So that's a quick analysis to one of the big instruments. Maybe we can also look into Euro USD. The Eurozone right now, the economy is not doing good. We saw a lot of PMIs coming from France and Italy. They're actually, not surpassing the estimation numbers. We saw, France having a lot of crises in terms of, the president of France, like Emmanuel Macron, trying to, select the person that is going to run with to run the government, and then it's shaking the stability of Swiss franc if you look at it. So not much in terms of positivity in Europe. That is why I think the dollar is going to gain a positive when it comes to this week, especially on the NFP, pushing the price of Euro USD all the way to 1.11864. for couple some move, but it might also get face before NFP to 1.1076, 1.1076. This is where it's resisting. It's gonna break here, pushes the price back to 1.1076. So yeah, that's it. Quick analysis, checking how the market is looking and where we think the market will go in terms of. All right. So thank you very much for actually, tuning in, for actually watching the video, share with other guys. But yeah, guys, let's push the subscribed. Let's get at least to 500. Then when we get to 500, we'll push it to 1000. So let's push it to 500. Let's keep on subscribing. Push that button of subscription. And yeah, this Friday we are having live analysis. We're gonna analyze NFP live this Friday. So don't forget to tune in. Thank you very much. My name is Che Yusuf, as usual. Thank you.